Okay, so I am here with my friend Claire O'Connor, who is a real estate agent at Berkshire Hathaway, and she's also a developer, and she bought this house and she's going to give us a tour.
Oh, well, come in. We're going with that angle. Yes, please, come in.
So when I first saw this house, it was a little not in great shape.
No, it was not in great shape. There was a lot of deferred maintenance.
Yeah, but you saw
the potential.
Yeah, look at this.
Love a flat roof, mid-century.
Except in inspections.
Except in inspections, and except when you have to hide anything, because you can't hide anything in a flat roof.
No.
But we loved also that it had this open courtyard area at the front.
Beautiful.
We've re-landscaped it, and now we've added 2 bedrooms that we'll look at. So all the bedrooms open to an outdoor area, which is sort of amazing.
Okay, so let's talk about the price. It's how much?
5.5. Actually, it's 5.498.
5.498.
$2,000 just.
It's at 708 Kenter.
Yes.
And you bought it for a certain amount. And then you work with Ome Dezin, and you hire them, or they're your partners actually, right?
Yeah, we're partners.
So you bring in the money, you buy the house, you bring them in, and then you share the profits.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. And by the way, a lot of fun, and you've done really, really well at it so far.
Yeah.
How many have you done?
So this was our 3rd project together, and we have 2 more in the works.
And how did you know this would be a good one?
When I'm looking at houses, I'm always looking for something that's architecturally interesting, especially with Jesse and Joelle on the Ome Dezin team. They can take something interesting and make it incredible.
Yeah.
I'm also looking for price per foot and what I can get it for relative to what I could potentially achieve in the area. So with them, I always know I can also push that price per foot. So it's all about just making sure the numbers work in terms of what you're buying at, what your construction costs are going to be, and what you can eventually sell for. Here we had a lot of hidden costs. So what we expected the delta to be is actually a little bit smaller. But we're just really proud of this final product regardless.
So do you tell them what the budget is, or do you show them the house and ask them what the budget is?
Yeah, we're very much a
team.
A team, yeah.
Okay. So when you walked through this, tell us what you did. These are original windows.
Yeah. They're not original windows.
Oh.
All the windows and doors have been replaced. Everything's been replaced.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you did the floors, which are white oak?
Mm-hmm. They're not white oak. They're French oak. I don't know the exact color.
That's good. What about this?
I actually really like these floors because they're a thinner plank.
Yeah.
And then this is a brick from Orca Living.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what was here before?
It was kind of that rock that you would expect in this kind of house if it wasn't as tasteful as this is now. So we added some cladding and then put the brick over the top of it.
This is a nice light fixture, which they obviously came up with.
Totally.
Now, one of the things that they did, people who watch the channel will remember, you had a great house on
Park Lane Circle. Park Lane Drive. Yeah.
And you did a lot of this at that house, I think.
We did it. We had a powder room with this. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is just thin wood.
Yeah, it's a veneer.
Veneer. That's what they call thin woods.
Yeah. I think it's so striking. I mean, for the most of the time that we were building this house, that wasn't there. And just walking in when it was added, such a wow moment. I should also mention all the staging is den furniture. So
which I love, which is vintage downtown. Right?
All vintage, it's downtown, and it's all available for purchase with the house.
Beautiful.
Also the art, Maxime Stein did all the art specifically for this house. So that's all available for purchase as well.
So you went for a walnut, which is nice. And I actually really do love these.
Yeah.
I might have to steal this idea.
Yeah. What I really like is that every house has a different something in terms of the door, the handle.
Yeah.
And it's always a through line for the design. So here you'll see some circles. So on the front door, there are circles, a circular skylight, and then these long rectangular door handles, which
I love.
Yeah.
And then you've built a banquette. This is very kind of Radzina. Mama Radzina do a lot of banquettes, and they use a lot of walnut, so I love that. This is a brick tile, is that right?
It's actually brick pavers. Yeah.
Thick?
I think it's been cut in yeah.
So you've done that all around, which it feels very mid-century, and then you've gone a little cray-cray.
A little funky.
I love it.
Yeah, very cool. It looks like a Rosso, but it's not.
And you didn't go with brass. You went with something different.
Why do not like?
They don't like brass.
They're the trendsetters. So we will all be saying goodbye to brass in the near future, I'm sure.
So this is a veneer, is it?
Yeah.
It's interesting because I have a walnut kitchen and mine is not a veneer and it's gone orange and it's rather a disaster. So I love how brown this is. And then you picked this, what is this?
Soapstone.
Which is not expensive. Because if you did marble in here, just the price of the marble would be $30,000. So I don't know if that was part of your thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I will say working with this team, they never ever cut corners budget-wise.
No.
Why all of our projects, like I was saying, that profit margin ends up being a little bit smaller. So this was purely a design choice.
Yeah, but a smart one. It's also not going to get ruined the way like Calcutta, which everyone's using.
It's going to look so dated and...
Exactly. So then did you open this up or what?
There actually was a bar right here.
A bar?
And so that was removed because it just didn't make sense with the flow of the floor plan. And then added this living area here, it felt much smaller because the bar sort of encroached into it. So I think opening it up and then having it be right off of the outdoor space. Just
love it.
Every cookie cutter house in the world has that kitchen, living room facing the outdoor space because it's a great way to live.
I was going to say, nothing wrong with cookie cutter in this particular,
especially when this is so completely not.
Okay, so we have 2 bedrooms here and this is the primary. And I like this because this is different.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about these designers on design is they do things that are unexpected. And this kind of ties into here, which you kind of did at Park Oak a little bit, but with a different stone. I love it.
Yeah.
So
Park thing was actually travertine tiles. So I love the slab. Benmore had a big slab like this, but I mean, it's so striking.
It's so striking, and also it feels of the brick. It feels very of the moment. It feels very mid-century, but also plush.
Right. It's of the moment, but timeless.
She's the sales.
Yeah, you're not gonna. This is never gonna feel dated. This will always just feel refined and sophisticated.
So this was always the primary bedroom, and didn't have to do much here.
We had to do a lot everywhere, but
you did the foundation, the roof, but the shape was this.
The shape was pretty similar, except that there was this random kind of closet in that corner.
Oh,
it was actually, there were weird walls. So,
and there were these beams here?
These beams were added. Most beams were here.
Oh, that's interesting. Just to keep the same thing throughout. And then you, of course, in a house in Brentwood, you're most likely selling it to a family. You've got a lovely outdoor space and a very cool pool. I'm thinking these have not been grouted yet.
They have not been grouted. It's sort of the bane of my existence, but because we really wanted this to be another moment.
Yeah.
But we also had to get on the market.
Yeah.
And the tile guy just really didn't feel that urgency, you know?
Wow. Yeah. Fun how that happened.
Yeah.
And so this is is this a special pool or is it just a spool?
It's a spool. It does have jets inside of it. So
you can
kind of make it a really big hot tub or a cooling off in the summer moment. Another thing I want to point out is that up there's a really large flat pad.
Yeah.
So you can actually add up to an 800 square foot ADU.
That's amazing.
Guest house, recording studio, art
What's
studio.
What's the square footage of this right now?
3175.
Okay, so you could make it maybe 4,000.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And then was this here before or did you add all of them?
This was here.
Yeah.
This is original. And then this was just recently poured.
Interesting. You have another bedroom over here. So this is an interesting layout.
Yeah. It sort of has 2 wings, 2 bedrooms on one side, 2 on the other. I think it'd be great. This is
a 5-bedroom.
No, 2 and 2. But I think that it could be a nursery.
Or an office.
I
love this. Does this double as the powder room?
No.
You've got to have a look at this bathroom. Come and look at the red and the grey, and I don't like grey, and yet this all works so beautifully. I love how you've done this because again it feels mid-century, and then you've done the wood veneer and that makes everything feel rich.
Yeah.
I love how this is when you come in too.
It's really, the floor plan is distinct, but just so livable.
Is this a light or
It's a decoration.
it's a plate?
It's a plate.
Oh, look at this. So this, of course, cork was a big thing
Yeah,
in the 50s. So is this real cork or what?
it is real cork. It was added, though. It was not original to the house.
So cool.
The thing that we found in this house once we got in here is that it wasn't like the mid-century in terms of the character that you would expect. It was a mid-century that had been just not really well taken care of, and the character had sort of slipped away.
Yes, I do.
So yeah, it was sort of a reinfusion of character and
I think you did a great job.
integrity.
And then you've got a lovely laundry room, which every house now really has to have.
Yeah, and it's big. So when you stand in here, if you talk, and I don't know if it'll pick it up on the audio, you'll hear the acoustics are different.
So you could sing in here, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Not in the bath, in the laundry room.
In the laundry room. So we did acoustic drywall and acoustic insulation because this laundry room is off the living area. So we wanted to make sure that any sound was mitigated, and the same is true in the powder.
So lots of storage, which is nice. Again, we've got these fab handles. And then what is the floor here?
Travertine tile, I believe.
Again, looks very of mid-century.
Yeah.
And then you added this, which is slate. And that also.
I love this, the integrated bench.
Love it. Was this the original door?
No.
Interesting.
It was all added. Rated glass. It lets the light in.
Very,
but
very, very
without sacrificing privacy. All of these lights are hennepin lights. It's kind of that circular motif I was talking about.
Yeah. And then you have these two. So these would be probably the kids' bathroom.
This is very for the kids.
Interesting.
This is a little detail that I always love to show people on my own slides back and forth.
No, it's a lot of thought. Also, a lot of whimsy with some different colors.
I love the word whimsy. I'm going to start using that. And then, like I was mentioning at the top, these rooms have this green space. Even though this is the front yard, it feels so private and sort of separate.
But also, no expense spared. You've actually put a chest of drawers in what will probably be a kid's bedroom, which is really smart.
Yeah. I feel pretty strongly about finishing closets.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah. I just think it feels cheap when they're not complete.
So if you have any interest in seeing this house, you can either call me, Juliette Hohnen, luxury real estate agent, or you can call Claire directly.
I just called Juliette.
Call me.
I'd love to do a deal with you. Let's do it.
We haven't done one yet, have we? No. So thank you for watching, and click and subscribe here.